Shalom. Foremost, I'm going to start out by giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yoshai, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles for the edification and knowledge. The Wadi Al Bashem Yoshai for putting the spirit of elders and apostles so we can become edified regarding his truth and knowledge. Call Holy Yah Bashem Yoshai, Bashem Rakakadash. Give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yoshai, Bashem Rakakadash. Ecclesiasticus 39:24. As his ways are plain into the holy is the righteous, specifically the prophets. And why those ways are plain to the holy? Because the mysteries are given to them, regarding the secrets of the scriptures, man. But to others, it's not given, so it has to be spoken in parables. Let's read that again. As his ways are plain into the holy, so are they stumbling blocks to the wicked, because everybody else cannot get it. That's why it has to be spoken more in parables, where they can try to understand it. But ultimately, it's a stumbling block because the mysteries weren't given to them, but they only given to the prophets, starting with the elect. Go to 3 and 7. Let me say 3 and 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing but revealeth his secrets into his service, the service to prophets. His secrets regarding the mysteries of the gospel, man. They're plain. Those mysteries are plain and given to the prophets and the servants of the Yahweh Bashem Yashab, man. Surely the Lord will do nothing but to reveal his secrets into his servants the prophets. 39:24. For his ways are made plain to the holy, but a stumbling block to the wicked. So these secrets related to the scriptures, man, are given to the men of the Lord, man. They're the ones that know the dark sayings, the hidden mysteries regarding the scriptures, man. As a brother once said, if you want to know the history, you gotta know the mystery. If you want to know if you want to know the mysteries, you gotta know the history. So the history relating to the scriptures, the history relating to the scriptures are hidden in dark sayings and secrets regarding the scriptures, man. So that's given to the prophets, man, the men of the Lord. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 4:32. 1 Corinthians 4:32. Because the ones in the churches, for example, they're not going to know the mysteries because it's spiritual. So it has to be discerned, it has to be put in their spirit to understand regarding the mysteries of the gospel, man. Now, the pastors know a little something, but ultimately, it's really the ones who know the real true mysteries regarding the secrets regarding the dark sayings and the sayings of the Bible are the prophets, man. They're the only ones that know the secrets regarding that, And so let's go to 1 Corinthians 4:14 and 32. For the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So they subject to other prophets, man, through the spirit. The spirit discerns the spirit, man. Let's go to Hebrews 11 and 1. Hebrews 11 and 1. Hebrews 11 and 1. Now, faith is the substance of the things hoped for. So it's the things hoped for through faith, hoping and believing. The evidence, things not seen, so things that are not seen, but hoped for and believing, man. 11 and 2. For by it the elders obtain a good report. So they obtain a good report. Elders, our ancestors, the ones before. They obtained that report that was good and is true and faithful, man. Let's go to John 3:16. John 3:16. For Yahweh so loved the world. Now that world talks about the world of Israel, man. Because the nation of Israel is the one the Lord is ultimately dealing with. He's not dealing with all the world, man. For the God so loved the world that he gave his only what? His only begotten son. So he gave his only begotten son because he loved Israel so much. And through his son that the nation of Israel could come back. That's for the remission of their sins through Yahweh Shai, man. For Yahweh so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whomsoever believeth in him should not perish. Believe in him, have faith, and believe. Believe who he is and what he has done, man. But have everlasting life, so believe. Scripture talk about you cannot please him without faith. Faith cannot, you cannot plead. Without faith, you cannot please Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, man. The ones who diligently seek him, So, without faith, you cannot please him, man. So, through that faith, you believe Yahweh Shai for what he has done and who he is, man. And believe on that. Let's go to Romans. Let me see. Let's go to Isaiah 45 and 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with everlasting salvation. So it's the nation of Israel. And the nation of Israel is going to be that one that's going to receive that salvation, that seed like from Jacob. And ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded world without end. And I'll read the rest. For thus saith the Lord that created the heavens, Yahweh himself that formed the earth and made it, and he have established it, and he created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. So the Lord created the world to ultimately be inhabited by Israel, man. For the world was created for the righteous sake, man. I am the Lord, and there is none else. I have not spoken in secret in dark places of the earth. I said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek ye me in vain. I, the Lord Yahweh, speak righteousness and declare things that are right. So the Lord is not an author of confusion. So whatever is declared, that's what it is. That's the truth, man. But the point is, salvations for everlasting salvations for the nation of Israel, the seed of Jacob, man, because that's who the Lord's dealing with, man. Romans 11 and 26. So all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out Zion the deliverer, Yahweh Shai, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob, their sins, man. And all Israel ultimately will be saved, because the promise is for Israel. But start on this side, it starts with the elect first. And through the elect, the rest of Israel will come back. Through the loins of the elect, the rest of Israel will come back. will be regenerated, born back. Let's go to Amos 3:2. Amos 3:2. 476. That's the page. Amos 3:2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. There are many families, but the Lord has chosen one seed ultimately to be his portion, man. That special, peculiar people. Let me get it real fast. Deuteronomy 14:2, Deuteronomy 7:6. I'll just read it. Deuteronomy 14:2, Deuteronomy 7:6, Deuteronomy 14:2. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all the nations that are upon the earth. So all these nations, I believe it's 18, I believe, one is chosen to be that peculiar special people to the Lord, man. It made a holy people because the Lord is a holy entity, man. So his people will be holy, man. And that's the nation of Israel, man. That's from the seed of Jacob, nation of Israel. They that peculiar people. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So he chose a certain nation to be a special and peculiar people unto the Lord. That's the Lord's portion. So the Lord, that means the Lord has a certain portion that he's dealing with. He's not dealing with all the nations. You can go to Isaiah 40:15 and 17. Let me get that real fast. Because the Lord is dealing with, he chose a specific people to be to himself, man. Isaiah 40:15 through 17. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and counted as the small dust of the balance. And behold, he taketh up the isles a very little thing. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, relating to burnt offering, nor beasts thereof sufficient for burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing in vanity. All nations ultimately are nothing to the Lord. And the nation of Israel, if they wasn't chosen, they would be nothing. They would be as nothing as well. But they're the ones that were chosen, man. But in the eyes of Yahweh B'Shem Yashah, all nations are counted as nothing, man. Except the one he chose, man. That specific seed that he chose. And that's that peculiar, that special, peculiar people that he chose to be himself. That holy, that supposedly holy, peculiar people, man. But 17 makes the point. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are accounted to him less than nothing. So that's how the Lord looks at and feels about these nations, man. He don't have that. That don't sound like he loves all the nations, man. And all nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing. See, less than nothing, man. That's how he views these nations, man. They're less than nothing to the eyes of Yahweh B'Shem Yashah, except the one he chose, which is the nation of Israel. Let's go to Amos 3:2 real quick. Let's go back there. Amos 3:2. Because there's one nation that was given the commandments. You only have I known of all the families, Amos 3:2, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Why? Because that's the one the Lord chosen to be his portion and give the commandments, the laws and the statutes to that specific nation. So and that's the ones that were ultimately disobeyed and were disobedient to Yahweh Hashem Yeshua. So that's the ones, and that's the only ones he knew, and they were and the nation of Israel, Yahweh Hashem Yeshua is the God they only knew. So ultimately, they're going to be punished, man, because of their disobedience. I'll read that again. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities, because that was the seed that was chosen to be the Lord's portion and ultimately inherit the commandments and do according to what Yahweh Hashem Yashah. And because they haven't, they're going to be punished. They're the ones that disobeyed, and no other nations done that except the nation of Israel. So ultimately, they're the ones that are going to be punished. That's the Lord's children, man. And that's their father, Yahweh Hashem Yashah, man. So, as a child, since it's his child, and that's the only one, so he's going to punish him, man. If they don't do according to as the father wants them to do, so he's going to punish them for their iniquities, because that's his portion. That's Deuteronomy 14:2. That's Deuteronomy 7:6, man. For they the only ones that know regarding the commandments and different things that the Lord has signed that nation to follow, man, and no other nation. So ultimately, they're going to be the ones that are going to be punished. This is just something short, and hope it helps. Give all praise to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakakadash. His brother Zayab, means Wolf. The Water Shalom. Thanks.